What's up, YouTube? I'm Craig, that's Zach, and we all know Tony. And on today's episode of Hardwired Exotics, me and Zach are just going to talk about random stuff.
We are.
All right, so I already talk loud, so hopefully you can hear my voice over everybody else's. We're sitting here with Zach. Zach has been here a few times. Zach works with me. Zach works with me, here and there. We do all kinds of things together. We also do APW together. You all know Tony. Tony's the one who does the talking most of the time. However, we were explaining to Zach why we breed the things that we breed. It's not always about breeding a $10,000 snake. Sometimes it's about breeding a $200 snake. And this is why we do it. The other day, y'all saw that I made some albino snakes. That's no big deal.
I didn't see those.
Oh, you didn't see it? They didn't see it? The other day, you didn't see that I made some albino snakes. I did.
You're starting off great, Craig.
And they're already gone.
Keep going.
So, basically, I need to breed things so that I can buy things. It's not always going to be about this, that, or the other. I have been trying to make a hypo trick for the past 4 years without any luck. Luckily,
Tony made one for you.
Somebody made one for me. So I used all these little pet snakes that I made to buy this little guy. So this is an Orange Dream hypo trick. Male.
Why is it Orange Dream, Craig?
Because that's the gene it is.
I know, I'm saying, how do you know?
It's orange.
Is that all?
When I go to sleep at night, I dream about it.
Zach's not a snake person.
He's not a snake person.
I'm trying to get you to explain things, Craig.
Go ahead. Let's do it, Tony.
God, you're terrible at this.
So, I wish we had some tricks here, some normal tricks that we could do some comparison with. But basically, Orange Dream turns the animal orange. So you're seeing some more orange in the animal. Mm-hmm. Usually, Orange Dream will bring this tail pattern. Some of this tail, it blows out what they call blowouts on the tail pattern, elongates those tail patterns a little bit.
You get your tail blown out.
Don't we all want that?
But if you, this is one of those animals that it's hard to describe what the genes are unless you were looking at an animal that didn't have the Orange Dream.
I got you.
And then it would be like, oh, okay, that's definitely Orange Dream. And you see a lot of orange in the head. With the Orange Dream, with the hypo especially. So
I need Orange Dream in a male trick for my collection in order to get other things that I want, like, Black Nightmares or things like that. So I'm looking to have Orange Dream. I don't have a black pastel trick yet. Y'all remind me to get a black pastel trick.
Somebody out there might have one.
So if you got one, message me down there in the comments.
Gotta be a female.
Need to be a female. All right. So I have a whole bunch of het hypo stuff that I've been trying to prove out. And my sorry behind keeps forgetting that I can go do DNA shed test. So I just keep sticking this one that I think's het that I bought from somebody. It might not be. Now I'm just going to run this one through there.
Because you'll already know what you got
it's
going
visual.
through it.
Yeah, this is a visual hypo. So if you don't get hypos from him, then everything will be het hypo, or het means it carries the gene.
So basically. that's what we were talking about earlier. So I was showing Zach these over here. All right, so I've shown Zach these over here. Not sure if you can hear me or not, but this is great. So this is self-explanatory. This snake right here is an HRA clown. So we know it's visual for clown. But it's het for pied. Pied. This snake over here is an HRA pied. Het for clown. So I said, Zach, if you're trying to get a visual clown pied, you'd be easier getting the visual pied that's het for clown and a visual clown that's het for pied, sticking them together, and you got a better chance of getting that.
Got it.
There you go.
Makes sense.
And it's still only a chance.
And it's still only a chance, but you still have.
But you're hedging your bets that it's gonna.
Yes.
There's a 25% chance that you'll hit one. So if a snake lays 8 eggs, odds are you should make 2 in the clutch.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And then you got a 50-50 chance you're going to get a male or a female.
There you go.
There you go. So it's a game.
It's a game. Trying to get ahead.
Chess match.
Yeah.
Always trying to get ahead.
Always trying to
couple
get
moves ahead.
So that's what we're trying to do. Started over here. We wrote down a cypress pin. Then we go, oh, so here's what happens when you add pastel to it.
Yep.
Here's what happens when you add cypress to it. So basically, we're explaining to Zach why we do the things that we do and the benefits of it.
Yep.
So you don't always have to make a $10,000 snake. Sometimes it's okay to make a $100 snake. You know, because eventually you sell enough of them and you can get what you want.
There you go. Makes sense.
Makes
So
sense.
let's
go back to
refer to that into the car world,
All right, so let's talk car business. All right, so
because this is where I was butting in. And I was like, this is how it works with the car world.
so we were discussing this. Say you have 10 cars that you purchased to go onto the lot, because we own every single one of those cars that's on the lot. So when you go, oh, you can take $10,000
You own
off
a
of
portion of it. You own
No,
most of it.
can't. Sorry, ain't doing that. All right. So you have something that's called being underwater. Zach, explain what underwater is, because you have.
So underwater is when you have more in the vehicle than you're selling it for. So you're always at a disadvantage. You're always going to be negative when you sell it. And underwater means that you're drowning in that illiquidity, if I can use a big word.
Very nice. Very nice. Ball python people are smart and use big words.
Okay, I didn't say they weren't.
Yeah,
You're the
yeah.
one that just made that accusation.
Heterozygous. You know? So basically, you don't want to be underwater on any product that you own, right? So if I
including snakes.
including snakes, because it is a product, you know. So you want to make stuff that you know is going to sell. You don't want to constantly be working on something, some project that's just some wild, weird project. So
Unless
unless
it's personal reasons that you want to create something.
right,
Right.
So I have all my trick and everything because that's what I want.
We're talking about from a business point
Yeah.
of view,
So
like a car dealership.
we were discussing it. I know in Georgia we are truck country. I know that a F-150 white with tan interior is going to sell faster than anything else on my lot.
Four-wheel drive.
Yeah. Oh, do they make vehicles that ain't four-wheel drive?
Yes.
They do? Okay, anyway. All right, so I know that my inventory is going to have the majority of those. The next most popular color is actually ruby red. Weird, ain't it? Because everybody loves Dr. Pepper, so just remember that.
Oh,
all right?
my God.
So we ensure that we have those vehicles on there. Now, we might have a vehicle sitting on the lot for 150 days. And that's the ones you see people going, we got to get rid of it now. We're going to give you the crazy discount on it because we're underwater on that vehicle. Same thing is being said with snakes. You see people giving great deals on things like that, wholesaling things out like that. There's reasons behind it. There's reasons to make things. Not everybody can afford a $20,000 snake. I mean, a lot of people can afford a $200 snake.
And once an animal's been in a facility for so long, there's money that's been involved in that facility.
Correct.
I mean, in that animal, you got bedding, you got electricity, you got food, of course. You have multiple
you
other.
food. You said food and you got hungry.
You know, my snakes like to eat.
That's right.
You have money involved and into that animal.
That's right.
It gets to a point where, okay, I need to cut my losses and move this animal.
That's
so
right.
sometimes that's why you're seeing a lot of good deals on stuff. You know, especially this time of year where animals are a little bit bigger. You know, this is a last year baby here.
Yeah.
If this animal was actually for sale, because Craig just took it out of my holdback rack.
That's right.
You know, I would be willing to take a discounted price on this for the simple fact that, all right, I've got enough meals in this. I'm going to lose money on it already. Let's just get rid of it, cut my losses on it.
Cut your losses, go about your business. So this will be in probably the next 3 or 4 months. It's going to be as the acronym goes, RTB, ready to breed.
Yep.
So I am ready to feed. So I will take this bad boy and just feed him up and get him ready because he's going to go to my ladies next year.
Yeah.
So this is pretty cool. I enjoy doing this. Honestly, the majority of the stuff that I make just to sell, just to add to my collection.
Yeah.
That's what I do. So you'll see me make albino stuff because I know albino stuff sells. You'll see me make white snakes because I know white snakes sell. I like white snakes. You like white snakes? There's a whole band called White Snake that everybody loves. See? So when you're getting into this, doing stuff, you don't always have to make all this super crazy stuff that everybody makes. You can start from the bottom and work your way up.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
I would suggest it. I know.
You get a
I know
lot
for a
more.
It
fact-
sounds like you're going to get too much time and effort trying to tie
Yeah.
up into making something that's never been seen before,
Yeah.
and you're losing out on all the profitability of just
or
making stuff.
Or
and-
you can try to make
and
something.
move- unless you're only doing it for a hobby.
Yeah, or you can try to make something just to make money. And by the time that unless you have a lot of money, by the time you get to that snake that was $20,000 when you saw it
Probably
is going to
way
be
less.
$1,000. You know?
That's true.
But not you, buddy. You're priceless to me. I love you.
There's a lot of satisfaction when it comes to breeding these animals and enjoying these animals that I feel like so many people are missing out on.
I agree.
I don't care what the animals are that hatch out of these eggs. It's still a cool process. I still enjoy every one of them.
I have a friend. I posted that video the other day of all the trick stuff, and he goes, "Oh man, I want that one. Oh, I want this one. I want that one." I said, "Absolute, happy to do that for you. They need to eat their meals, and then we'll get them over to you." I love that excitement because I still have that excitement when I make something cool. I'm ready to make a Batman. Remember, I was talking about that. Everybody's making Batmans. I could buy a Batman. I don't want to buy a Batman. I want to make a Batman. That's my Batman.
Sure.
Then I'm going to make a trick Batman. That's right. And if you make one before me, I'm happy for you. But I'm still going to make one. That's how it goes.
True story.
But anywho, like I said, you got a black pastel female trick, put it in the comments down below.
Especially if it's hypo or head hypo.
Yeah, please. Hypo or head hypo, holler at your boy. I'm going to put this up. Y'all continue talking.
I think it all wraps up into the fact that Craig is basically making animals that he can sell, that are really cool animals that he can sell at a reasonable price, and keeps investing back into something that he loves. And I know that the market swing right now has not been the best. I don't think it's the best for any business right now. But if you really love these animals and you're really passionate about these animals, then keep doing what you've been doing. Just because animal prices are dropping, or just because this is happening, doesn't mean that you need to give up on something you love. I mean, unless you just absolutely can't afford to feed these animals, and that's a whole different ball game. Of course, you don't want to keep anything that you can't properly, take care of. But don't give up on a love and a passion that you once had, just because you're worried about the market. Because this ain't the first time that any market's dropped, and it is not going to be the last. Although, well, we're not going to get into that. But
very true.
Anyway, little insight from a different point of view. And we appreciate Craig and Zach coming over. Here comes Range into.
Here comes Range to see what's going on.
Always nice to come over and check out what's new.
Y'all say, "Hey, Range." Hey, Range.
Oh, he's got his broom.
He's fixing to beat somebody.
Something. Where'd you get that dowel?
Uh-oh.
On camera.
Is that a flagpole?
That's a flagpole.
Could be a flagpole.
Looks like he's about to joust.
See y'all.